exerted all kinds of influence to get him to change his mind. Some of the press condemned him as a fool and a demagogue, but he didn't give in. In a very real sense, black people helped make the experiment succeed. Many who came to the ballpark had not been baseball fans before I began to play in the big leagues, but black support of the first black man in the majors was a complicated matter. It was one thing for me out there on the playing field to be able to keep my cool in the face of insults, but it was another for all those black people sitting in the stands to keep from overreacting when they sensed a racial slur or an unjust decision. They could have blown the whole bit to hell by acting belligerently and touching off a race riot. That would have been all the bigots needed to set back the cause of progress of black men in sports another 100 years. I knew this. Mr. Rickey knew this. But this never happened. I learned from Rachel, who had spent hours in the stands, that clergymen and laymen had held meetings in the black community to spread the word. We all knew about the help of the black press. Mr. Rickey and I owed them a great deal. Rachel was even more important to my success. She shared those difficult years that led to this moment and helped me through all the days thereafter. She's been strong, loving, gentle, and brave, never afraid to either criticize or comfort me. There I was, the black grandson of a slave, the son of a black sharecropper, part of a historic occasion, a symbolic hero to my people. It should have been a glorious moment for me as the stirring words of the national anthem poured from the stands. Perhaps it was, but then again, perhaps the anthem could be called the theme song for a drama called The Noble Experiment. Today, as I look back on that opening game of my first World Series, I must tell you that it was Mr. Rickey's drama, and that I was only a principal actor. As I write this 20 years later, I cannot stand and sing the anthem. I cannot salute the flag. I know that I am a black man in a white world. In 1972, in 1947, at my birth, in 1919, I know that I never had it made. My grandfather was born into slavery, and although my mother and my father, Mally and Jerry Robinson, lived during an era when physical slavery had been abolished, they also lived in a newer, more sophisticated kind of slavery than the kind Mr. Lincoln struck down. My parents were married in 1909, and my father worked on a plantation for $12 a month. My mother encouraged him to confront his boss and ask for a better deal. Since he didn't want to lose him, the boss agreed to let my father become a half-cropper. That means that instead of working for a flat sum, he would get half the profits from whatever he produced from the earth. My father began to make more money and to provide a better living for his family, my mother, and 5 children. 6 months after I was born in 1919, my father told my mother he was going to visit his brother in Texas. He never came back. Later, she learned that he had left home and gone away with a neighbor's wife. After my father left, my mother decided that she would sell what little she had and take her family out of the South. She had a brother, Burton, in California, and she planned to take us there. My mother was 30 when we started out for California. I was the youngest child, only 16 months old at the time, and had 3 brothers, Edgar, 11, Frank, 9, Mac, 7, and 1 sister, Willamay, 5. After a long, tedious train ride across the country, we were generously received by Uncle Burton. He took us in, but my mother made arrangements to move soon after we arrived because we were too crowded. Almost immediately, she found a job washing and ironing. Her salary, plus help from welfare, barely enabled her to make ends meet. Sometimes